We've all seen the show Squid Games, where the characters have become burdened with huge debts. Luckily in real life, we do not have to play deadly games to get ourselves out of debt. You would have heard them already talk about bankruptcy in the show, which is the legal process by which individuals who cannot repay their liabilities to creditors can seek relief from their debts. In Hong Kong, bankruptcy is a court process and can be commenced by an individual himself or herself, or, subject to certain conditions, may also be commenced against an individual by his or her creditor. On going into bankruptcy, all actions taken by creditors against you to recover debts will cease and will be suspended. An independent person called a trustee in bankruptcy is appointed to effectively take over your financial affairs. The trustee will collect and realize your assets to distribute them amongst your creditors. The trustee in bankruptcy will also investigate the causes of the bankruptcy and may pursue actions against you if your pre-bankruptcy conduct is found to be in breach of any bankruptcy law. While this sounds less scary than what happens in Squid Games, bankruptcy should not be entered into lightly because it has far-reaching and serious consequences for you and your property. As there is a public record, it will also affect your reputation and your ability to do certain jobs or borrow in the future. It will also affect your assets, including your family home, disposable income, and any MPF or pension. The bankruptcy period may last 4 years or longer if you have committed any breach of the bankruptcy provisions. During this period, you have little to no control over your finances. Things like your travel in and out of Hong Kong could also be affected. There is another option, and that is called an IVA or individual voluntary arrangement. Think of these as a special compromise of your debts between you and your creditors and sanctioned by court, whereby your creditors agree to your payment by installments or at a discount as a full discharge of your debt, or a combination with or without third-party guarantee put up to reinforce your promise. The advantage of an IVA to you is that you may avoid the stigma of bankruptcy and the legal restrictions that apply to bankrupts under the bankruptcy ordinance and other laws. And you may also be able to keep your job or profession. This is particularly true for a profession which would be disqualified by bankruptcy. For creditors, they are likely to get a better return than on bankruptcy. An IVA is still a court process, but it is a lot more straightforward than bankruptcy. It starts with you offering a proposal to your creditors on how you will repay your debts. An IVA will also involve a third party called a nominee, usually an experienced accountant who will help oversee the implementation of your IVA proposal if it is accepted by creditors and approved by court. A lawyer can advise and help you prepare an IVA for consideration by the intended nominee. Lastly, it is always easier to deal with these problems at an early stage, before the power of compounding interest and debt on debt leaves you with no option but bankruptcy. If you have any questions in this regard, you can speak to a lawyer today or an accountant.